Hello and welcome to the news here on Magic Bricks. Now, I'm Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're tracking. Mumbai has been shocked by the killing of RTI activist Bhupendra Veera in cold blood in his home. Police arrests ex-Congress leader and corporator Raza Khan and his son Amjad Khan. The activist was allegedly killed for blowing the whistle on the corporator's illegal land dealings. Massive rail roko protests in Chennai demanding the centre to constitute a Kaveri management board. DMK leader MK Stalin and party functionaries have been arrested during a protest. Despite the massive steel flyover Beda protests, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah remains defiant, says the government will build the controversial flyover. And also on the news, Maharashtra releases draft rules for Ola, Uber and other taxi services. The draft rules get tough with cab aggregators but fail to cut ice with local taxi unions. Straight up, our big debating focus. In a shocking incident in Mumbai, RTI activist Bhupendra Veera was shot dead at his home in Santa Cruz East area in Mumbai on Saturday night. The activist was allegedly murdered for his relentless fight against illegal land dealings involving former Congress corporator Raza Khan. The Mumbai police have arrested Raza Khan and his son Amjad. In this case, we have Magic Bricks Now's Disha Shah bringing us all the details in this report. Take a look.
On Monday, the Wakola police station has arrested the former Congress corporator Raza Khan and his son Amjad Khan in connection with the murder of RTI activist Bhupendra Veera, who was shot dead at his Wakola residence on late Saturday evening. In fact, police officials here, they told us that both of them have been booked under section 302, which is murder, and it's a non-bailable offence. In fact, during the course of investigation, police found out that Veera had led a campaign against land mafia and illegal encroachments and structures by Raza Khan, and in his RTI complaint he had clearly mentioned that Raza Khan has close to 150 illegal structures here in Kalina alone, and that should be demolished as soon as possible. In fact, he had put a similar request to the Mumbai civic body BMC, but when we spoke to the family members of the late Veera, they told us that both the police officials and the civic body BMC failed to take any action at that point in time. In fact, what we understand is that from his family members is that the late Veera used to get threat calls from Raza Khan and his family that his life would be in danger if he would make any more complaints against Raza Khan or any of his family members against the illegal structures. In fact, police here, they told us that hours before the attack, Raza Khan had received an order from Lok Ayukta saying that 4 of his illegal structures would be demolished by 21st of October after receiving a complaint from the late Veera. Of course, this agitated Raza Khan and his family is what police told us, and that was the motive behind the attack and the murder of the late Veera. In fact, at this point in time, police officials tell us that they are searching the other members of Raza Khan's family, the accused that involves 3 of his sons and 1 son-in-law. But what police officials confirm at this point in time is that strict and stringent punishment will take place, and it's going to be a non-bailable offence. This is Disha Shah reporting here for Magic Bricks Now.
कल रात को लगभग 9:30 से 10 के दरमियान भूपेन जी वीरा कालीना एरिया है वाकोला में, उस जगह पे हत्या की वारदात हुई है। जो प्राथमिक हमारा इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुआ है उसमें उसके हिसाब से उनके सिर पे फायर किया गया है। उसके बाद अभी आगे का इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है। हमने मर्डर 302 के तहत गुना दाखिल किया है।
सर, कितने लोग आए थे, कुछ जानकारी मिली है, क्या वजह हो सकती है?
नहीं, अभी हमारा जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो प्राइमरी स्टेज में है। इसके बारे में जल्दी ही ज़्यादा जानकारी मिलेगी जब इन्वेस्टिगेशन हमारा थोड़ा आगे बढ़ेगा।
सर, इस एक्यूज्ड को इसके पहले भी क्या कोई थ्रेट मिली थी?
अभी उसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू है, उनका पीछे का बैकग्राउंड निकालना चालू है और इसके बारे में फिलहाल कुछ भी बोलना संभव नहीं है।
The activist Bhupendra Veera's family is planning to meet Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis to seek justice. We caught up with Veera's family on the issue. Listen to what they had to say.
एक महीने पहले उन्होंने बोल दिया था कि मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा खतरा है इस इंसान से, ये कभी भी कुछ भी कर सकता है. बट उस वक्त आई थिंक पुलिस ने प्रोटेक्शन देना चाहिए था, बट क्यों पुलिस ने ये एक्शन नहीं लिया और प्रोटेक्शन नहीं दिया, आई डोंट नो. बीएमसी सबसे ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबल है क्योंकि उसने वक्त दिया रज़ाक खान को ये सब प्लानिंग करके क्राइम करने का, और उसमें कहते हैं ना आग में घी डालने का काम पुलिस ने किया कि प्रोटेक्शन नहीं दिया. इन लोगों को बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग पनिशमेंट मिलनी चाहिए, बहुत ही, और जो ये डेमोलिशन का काम है वो जल्द से जल्द होना चाहिए.
कल 9:30 बजे ये घटना हुई, 9 से 9:15 के बीच में घटना हुई. मेरे पापा पे फायरिंग हुआ है, मेरी मम्मी और पापा घर पे थे. हाँ है, डाउट तो है, हमारे लैंडलॉर्ड पे रज़ाक खान.
In Bengaluru, Rudresh R, an RSS and BJP leader, was hacked to death by two bikers while returning after participating in a route march in the vicinity of RBNMS grounds. Police are not certain about the motive behind the crime, but saffron outfits have claimed that he was targeted because of his political affiliation. The RSS, VHP and BJP staged protests in the city of Bengaluru over the killing.
What is the action that the government is taking? Okay, had the government taken a strict action against these criminals and these antisocial elements, the next incidents would have been avoided.
Now, the Karnataka government seems to be in no mood to take a step back on the proposed steel flyover in Bengaluru. This, despite almost 8,000 citizens protesting against it on Sunday, though Chief Minister Siddaramaiah on Monday did attempt to find alternative roads to link the city to the airports. He also declared that no modifications would be made to the project. We have my colleague Shrija giving us more details in this latest report. Take a look.
The Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah made it very clear on Monday that the state is very keen to go ahead with the steel flyover project. In fact, he told us that the green signal was given to the flyover after they received about 73% of suggestions in June 2016. However, taking note of citizens' protests over the weekend, he did inspect alternative routes and also the metro routes to the Kempegowda International Airport. The government is exploring a number of options, one being the construction of alternate routes from Tanisandra to Bailahalli and from Nagawara to Mainahalli, which will decongest the traffic, which will lead to the Kempegowda International Airport. Another alternative the government is considering is the construction of metro line in the second phase. Now, what we also know is that this particular steel flyover, which cost the government, that is about 1,800 crores, is proposed to be built from Basaveshwara Circle to Hebbal. In fact, it also received flack from citizens and activists alike. A number of reasons, that is chief being that citizens were not consulted in planning. In fact, Bengalurians were also up in arms against the fact that 812 trees would have to be axed to build this particular flyover. In Bengaluru, Shrija for Magic Breaks Now.
So you're just on your way to inspect the steel flyover location. Are you?
Not only that, I'm inspecting the alternate road to airport.
So you are going to take the suggestions given by civic groups here as well as experts?
See, this project is not initiated hurriedly. This has been initiated in 2010 only. It has been under discussion. And so it was also put in the website. And we have received the suggestions and even critical suggestions we have received. We have considered all those suggestions.
But is this the final plan, or are you still willing to negotiate with citizens? Because yesterday there was a massive protest.
With whom I should negotiate?
Experts and all these groups like BCAP.
We have put all information in the website. Let them give their suggestions.
But is the government still open, sir? That's my question.
See, tender was called. It was in a transparent manner. The L&T is a reputed company in the country which has participated. Ultimately, they are the lower bidder. There was another bidder was also there.
So no changes
No,
possible.
I don't think it. I don't think there is any. You are going to modify or change the
So the
project.
trees that will be cut and also the cost, anything that can be looked into in those?
No, it is totally transparent. Where is the question of it is the project cost is too high and all that?
Opposition saying
Yeah,
for UP
for opposition
election fundraising.
because they are. It is a baseless allegation they are making, politically motivated.
Is this a publicity stunt before the BMC elections that come up in February, or is there more to it?
How many discussions we had on magic bricks, but still it is not happening. Still people are suffering from potholes. These engineers have made this Mumbai city shame.
Bringing it to the attention of the commissioners, what you did, that you consistently called up, these are legal ways. But by resorting to these kind of methods of, probably threatening to kidnap somebody or giving them placards, it ultimately reflects on the people.
These are the methods not going to help you. Last year you did. This year again potholes are there. What is the use? This is all publicity stunt.
My limited point is that BJP Shiv Sena, there is no governance, there is no good governance.
For how long are the Mumbaikars going to keep quiet? For how long are they going to, tolerate this kind of nonsense which is going on in the city here?
In my ward, in the month of May, all potholes were resurfaced. उसके बावजूद अगर potholes reopen होता है, then it is whose responsibility? Corporators or engineers?
Garbage is not being managed properly. Roads are not being managed properly. People are getting polluted and contaminated water in their homes. There is nothing that this BMC can do that they're doing right.
Are you watching The Urban Debate? Only on Magic Bricks Now.
Now, DMK leaders led by MK Stalin protested in Chennai with the leaders and party workers staging a rail roko demanding that the centre constitute the Kaveri Water Management Board. Party workers were seen blocking all trains to and from Chennai. Finally, the Chennai police had to step in and arrest Stalin and several party functionaries. Now, not just that, rail rokos were also organized in Tanjavur district as well. Protesters were seen raising flags as they sat on the railway tracks at Ayyanapuram in support of the rail roko called by political parties across Tamil Nadu. The protesters are demanding that the centre constitute a Kaveri Water Management Board.
Farmers are suffering. There is no water. There is no, all the 3 season crops have failed. At about 17 to 18 lakh hectares of land is without water. Where will the farmers go? They will have to commit suicide. So just to impress upon the government of India that the strike was called for, at least now the government of India should put pressure on the government of Karnataka or form the management board so that the control of Kaveri river goes to the management board and water is released to the Tamil Nadu farmers.
कावेरी डेल्टा में कितने रिजर्व में कितना पानी है इसका पूरा सविस्तार से रिपोर्ट देने के लिए उन्होंने कहा है और कल वो रिपोर्ट वो लोग पेश करेंगे और निश्चित रूप से रिपोर्ट के आधार के ऊपर क्या निर्णय होता है उसको देखा जाएगा। लेकिन अब तमिलनाडु एजिटेशन करना इस वक्त ठीक नहीं है क्योंकि कर्नाटक के लोग पीने के पानी के लिए तरस रहे हैं और उनका जो डिमांड है वो क्रॉप्स के लिए पानी का डिमांड है। तो इसलिए जो ओझा जी की कमेटी फैक्ट फाइंडिंग कमेटी बोलिए या सिचुएशन का असेसमेंट करके जो भी रिपोर्ट आएगा और उस रिपोर्ट के आधार पर जुडिशियसली सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी अपना निर्णय देंगे ऐसी हम आशा करते हैं।
Kaveri board, management board. But now, after all these years, Narendra Modi government says it has to be passed in the parliament. And Narmada issue and so many river issues, and no such legislation was passed in the parliament. So, this Modi government inciting and instigating Karnataka to build new dams and also giving all the support when the Karnataka government did throw into the dustbin the verdict of the Supreme Court. Now the entire Tamil Nadu is aroused. Not only political parties, farmers, women, laborers, lakhs and lakhs of people. For the first time, never happened in recent years. This is like a volcano, eruption of a volcano. We want the union government. If you go on like this, that will be the greatest danger to the unity and integrity of India. So therefore, this agitation, fight for the legal rights of Tamil Nadu on Kaveri issue.
And also, do you think that the BJP has some kind of political benefits in Karnataka and that
they have got a hidden agenda to support Karnataka for political gains?
Now, keeping it with Tamil Nadu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is slated to visit Chennai to inquire about the health status of Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister Jayalalitha, who has been hospitalized since the 22nd of September. Union Minister of State for Highways and Shipping, Pon Radhakrishnan, spoke about the PM's plans. Leaders across parties have been visiting Apollo Hospital in Chennai to check on the AIA-DMK Supremo's health. In fact, superstar Rajinikanth, along with his daughter Aishwarya, visited the hospital on Sunday to check on Amma's current health condition as well. Back to Amchi, Mumbai, where another pothole deadline has gone by, and we went out to check if the PWD or the Public Works Department has kept its promise to the city. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal checked on 2 of the PWD maintained roads. Let's see what she found out.
It looks like PWD is right on track in keeping the promise that they made to the citizens of Mumbai, that the roads that were under PWD would be made pothole-free very soon. Engineers of PWD had told Magic Bricks Now that they had given themselves a deadline of October 20th to make all the roads under them pothole-free. I'm here on the Western Express Highway maintained by PWD, and 90% of the potholes have already been filled. Little bit patchwork is still remaining. We spoke with the engineers of PWD and they told us that this patchwork will be completed in the next 5 days. They told us that in effect, from next week, all the roads on the PWD would be pothole-free.
All right, now Aishwarya also checked on the roads maintained by the city's civic body, the BMC. Take a look at what she found in that.
It looks like not just PWD but even BMC is taking the deadline very seriously. Today BMC Chief Ajoy Mehta went on various sites and he inspected the work that is going on. Not just that, BJP corporators were also on the site looking at the work that was being done. On SV Road we could see very few potholes, which clearly says that both these agencies are taking the promise that they made to the Mumbai citizens very seriously. Sources also tell us that both these agencies are looking at a deadline of another 1 week to complete whatever little patchwork is remaining.
All right, away from that, with promises of more commuter-friendly measures, the revised draft of the Maharashtra City Taxi Rules 2016 was released on Sunday and has raised expectations of the citizens. Now, it aims at controlling surge pricing and also cancelling the licenses of aggregator firms for misbehavior with passengers. Now, the revised draft is up for suggestions and objections from the firms, unions and the public. We have Ruchi Deshpande getting us more information on that in this report. Listen in.
The Maharashtra Transport Department has finally come out with a set of proposed rules for its city taxi scheme of 2016. Now, the most important thing to be noted in the proposed draft for these rules is the fact that there is an introduction of an app-based permit. Now, this is the permit that the taxi drivers need to get from the Maharashtra Transport Department if they need to make the shift from a normal taxi to an app-based taxi like Ola and Uber. Now, staying with this, the Maharashtra government has penned down most of the rules pertaining to these app-based taxis or app-based aggregators, as it is mentioned in this draft. What they say is that there should be a first aid box at all times in all these app-based taxis. There should also be a proper functioning temperature control, that is the air conditioning unit, and most importantly, there should be a 24/7 connection to the control room of these app-based taxis whenever they are hired by the people. Now, we spoke to sources in the Maharashtra Transport Department, and they told Magic Bricks now that regarding this app-based permit, there is no limit that has been specified by the Transport Department in these proposed rules, which means that they have not limited the amount of permits that they will hand out in case the taxi drivers need to shift to these app-based taxis like Ola as well as Uber. What they also told us is that regarding the surge pricing, the Maharashtra government is in fact going to put a cap on the surge pricing. They will indicate a range for the minimum surge pricing to the maximum surge pricing, but this will happen once the suggestions and objections are gathered by the Transport Department and finished, the date for which is the 5th of November. So it will be after that the cap on the surge pricing will be indicated by the Maharashtra Transport Department.
Now, Magic Bricks now also caught up with the Transport Commissioner Praveen Gedam, who says that the new draft rules are consumer-friendly, stressing on the fact that these are just draft rules that could change after receiving suggestions and objections. Take a look.
We have been trying to make it more citizen-friendly in a way that there is no limit now in the number of vehicles that we are introduced in this. Then we have specifically proposed in the draft rules, which are yet to be finalized, maximum and minimum fare limit. One thing is very sure, the view of government is going to be consumer friendly.
Okay. Now I was just coming to that about surge pricing. Minimum and maximum values will be set by you according to the draft rules for now. Will that also mean end of offers?
In case these rules are approved as it is, whether minimum and maximum fares that are prescribed, whether they are working within that width or not. So whatever you call it, offer, surge, whatever, it has to be within that minimum and maximum prescribed fares.
Okay. I also want to ask you now, every aggregator will have to have a permit under this new taxi scheme. Will there be a cap on the permit? Has that been decided?
So as per draft rule, an aggregator, by whichever name it calls itself, will have to take this thing, and the fees will go on increasing as his fleet size goes on increasing. That is obvious why it is there, but there is no limit that X number of players or Y numbers of players will be coming. All are welcome to come.
You also mentioned in the new rules, draft rules, that aggregators will have to use clean fuel. Tell us what that means. Also, does that mean the end of diesel cars, because that will put a lot of people out of business?
We don't intend to put people out of business like that. It's some specific time frame is proposed for shifting from fuel A to fuel B. Okay. And this is in larger public interest and larger environmental interest. In fact, there are other public transports also which are plying on clean fuel. So shifting to clean fuel is a need of our, and we are not making it an overnight thing. We are giving them sufficient time so that they can shift, and by within that particular window we are allowing the existing vehicles to ply. Proposed to be 1 year, but it's preliminary.
Now, we also caught up with Mumbai's taximan union, which is largely happy with the new draft rules. AL Quadros of Mumbai's taximan union, however, says that the new rules must also incorporate digital meters for all taxis. Listen in.
We have an objection that they are not mentioned about the digital meters. All the aggregators taxis should be fitted with digital meters. Say only they should not operate in a app system.
Now, we have spent the last couple of weeks getting you stories that show you how our cities are crumbling under a garbage and sanitation crisis despite 2 years of the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Starting this week, we get you stories of what people like you and me are doing to make our cities and Bharat Swachh. Today's story comes from Pune. Ruchi Deshpande gets us this report of a retired soldier who is fighting to keep Pune clean. Take a look.
Retired Colonel Madhav Senakar is waging a war against litter in his city of Pune. Senakar and his wife Uma Senakar have been picking up the littered waste on the slopes of Pashan Hills in Pune since the last 2 years. A place that is frequented by morning walkers and trekking groups from the city.
आर्मी से हम जब रिटायर हुए और यहाँ रहने के लिए आए तो हमने सोचा था कि अभी कुछ अलग सा करना है, कुछ सोसाइटी के लिए करना है। और ऐसे ही हम जब घूमने के लिए यहाँ आए तब हमें ये वसुंधरा स्वच्छता अभियान का ग्रुप मिला और हमने सोचा दिस इज़ द राइट प्लेस फॉर अस एंड वी मस्ट स्टार्ट समथिंग फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट। शुरू में हमने पौधे लगाना शुरू किया। धीरे धीरे हमें पता चला कि टेकड़ी के बहुत प्लास्टिक और बॉटल्स और दारू पी के लोग बहुत चीज़ें फेंकते, तो धीरे धीरे वो भी हमने उठाना शुरू किया और फिर सैटरडे संडे हमने फिक्स रखा और ये काम अभी तक चल रहा है।
We carry the garbage to the Vasundhara base at the bus stop and we segregate it there, separate out the plastic, the glasses, the carry bags, clean plastic and dirty plastic. Now that is handed to the regular organization called TIGA. They come over and pick up all these things, minus the glasses which we hand over to a different place for further recycling.
The Senakars' drive to keep Pune's Pashan Hill clean has inspired others as well. The couple are now joined by the members of the NGO Vasundhara Swachhta Abhiyan in their initiative. But the fight against garbage doesn't end here. The retired couple has also initiated waste segregation in their society.
After 2 years, now society में spick and pan आपको दिखाई देगा और लोग कर रहे, तो उसमें खुशी लगती है कि एटलीस्ट सोसाइटी से स्टार्ट होगा तो बहुत सारी सोसाइटीज़ होगी और फिर यहाँ आते तो लोगों को पता है कि ये लोग क्या करते हैं, तो उनसे थोड़ा सा इंस्पिरेशन तो उनको मिलेगा और दैट इज़ आवर अचीवमेंट।
The civic body, meanwhile, has not yet got around to cleaning up Pune's hills. But that doesn't deter the Senakars, who are very clear that there is only so much that the government can do. Cleanliness, they stress, must begin at home. Aishwarya Paliwal with Ruchi Deshpande for Magic Bricks Now.
And with that inspiring story, I'm asking all of you to join our campaign. Let us clean our cities together. Our cities are an extension of our homes. Our contact details are flashing on your screens. Send us photos, videos, or you can even call us. We will come to your location and find out how you are doing your bit into making a Swachh Bharat. And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of the news here on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Magic Bricks Now. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/Magic Bricks Now.